is if he was to move to Spain and start playing midfield like the Spanish. I think he has the ability to play like
he's leaving. Mark my words. Mark my words. He's leaving. He's leaving.
That man
PSL.
has the ability with his passing range, with his vision. He has the ability to play a position like that one. Yeah, you understand? Year 6. The way E6 is played in Spain.
Correct.
Hello and welcome to Betfred South Africa's YouTube channel. You're watching the Diski preview show. We're available on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. You name it, Betfred has you covered. My name is Mo and today I'm covering for a legend himself, Mr. E. You know him as Hello! You know the bright big smile, the great energy and the football voice that Betfred makes sure that to sit here twice a week and have a conversation with this legendary man sitting across from me. Well, I have experience as a sports analyst talking about football. This man has experience as a trader, looking at the odds, looking at the fixtures, looking at the stats, and that's why we have him sitting across from me today. uThisha weDiski. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, Mo. It's such an honor sitting next to you. Well-experienced analyst, well-experienced presenter. You know, you and I have had a lot of conversation soccer. We always don't see eye to eye. Let's see how today's show goes, eh?
All right, teachers.
Today we're going local, Mo. We're just fresh from the AFCON. Ivory Coast, congrats to Ivory Coast for taking the AFCON. Like I said, I had nothing against Nigeria. I'm just an analyst. I watched Nigeria play against South Africa in the semi-finals. And I knew exactly then that Nigeria is not taking the final. Ivory Coast took it. Congrats to Ivory Coast. But today we're going to PSL. PSL is back. Mo, we have very interesting games. We're back from the AFCON. And there's no better way than to start the games off with Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates.
Don't forget, if you want to see more of this content, make sure to like, subscribe, and share the content with your friends. And don't forget to leave us a comment. I mean, most of the time you don't agree with uThisha, or maybe you don't agree with me, or maybe you don't agree with Mr. E. Just leave us a comment. Let's start. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. But stay tuned. We're about to start the whole show with Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates. Right, don't forget to visit our website where you can find things like the bet builder and price boosts, but we'll have a conversation about that later. It's time for us to talk about Mamelodi Sundowns taking on Orlando Pirates, two big clubs in South African football, one from Pretoria, one from Soweto, and it's always that Johannesburg versus Pretoria battle. uThisha, talk to me about your thoughts when it comes to both these teams' performance for this year.
Much respect for both teams.
Yeah.
Only two teams in South Africa that has stars on the jerseys. Only two teams with stars.
It's beginning. He's making it personal. Can you see this man? He's nothing personal.
Nothing personal.
So who does
nothing
never
personal.
Start,
nothing personal.
Who does never start?
14 other teams that are playing in the PSL. 14 other teams that are playing in the PSL. Mo, we stats, Mo. We don't make it personal. This is football. For the love of football.
Yeah.
Nothing personal.
So if your team is playing at the top tier of South African football and you're one of the 14 he's referring to, something needs to change, eh? But let's carry on.
It's motivation. It's motivation. Yeah. We know there's another Soweto giant who wants a star. They were close to getting it.
Which one? Because there's one that dresses in maroon, there's one in yellow. But let's not have that conversation. We're not here to have that battle.
Let's go into it.
Or you're saying both of them don't have a star?
Both of them don't have a star. Do we even consider the other one? Let's not even talk about the other one. 1 minute, they're not playing.
Yeah.
Players are not geting paid.
A lot of politics. They're changing their name.
The bank status.
We're not supposed to call them that name. We're supposed to call them
let's
this name.
Not talk about that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's talk about
We're here to talk about form. So talk to me about Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates. How have they performed this season?
Let's start off with Mamelodi Sundowns. Best team in Africa. Not being biased. Best team in Africa.
Yeah.
Those are stats. Coming to PSL. They played 14 games. Undefeated. 14 games. 12 wins, 2 draws. Goal difference of plus 23.
Yes.
Only conceded 3 goals. In 14 games, only conceded 3 goals. Yeah. That's 9 clean sheets. They've never conceded more than a single goal in a match.
So we take that same goalkeeper, Ronan Williams, who's doing this in the DSTV Premiership, and he goes to the AFCON, and he comes back with that golden glove. So what does that say about the quality of Mamelodi Sundowns' defense, first of all, and what does it say about the goalkeeper himself?
We shouldn't act surprised. Nothing surprised me personally from there. I told you. I made a reference of what Morocco did. when before Morocco went to the World Cup.
Yes.
It's exactly what South Africa did. Mamelodi Sundowns were shining. They bossing the PSL. They go and they take the African Football League. What happens now? Half of those players go to play for AFCON. I'm not surprised that they did so well. Ronan Williams, I told you, Sundowns, 14 games, only 3 goals conceded.
Yeah.
He had how many clean sheets in the AFCON?
Yeah.
Most clean sheets in the AFCON. Heroics, penalty saves.
So now bring me back into this conversation, because I understand that you're talking about Mamelodi Sundowns and you've given them all the praise. But the opponent, Orlando Pirates, do you have any praise for them, or do you think that they're going to go into this game and lose it?
Look, much respect for Orlando Pirates. There's a reason why they have a star there. I think Orlando Pirates, to be fair, they're the main contenders for the league against Mamelodi Sundowns, taking nothing away from the other teams. But if there's a team that can take away the league from Sundowns, it has to be Orlando Pirates. Look, Orlando Pirates themselves, they had representatives in the AFCON. They had a couple of players playing for South Africa in the AFCON. They had Mahopa, who did so well.
Evidence.
Playing for South Africa. They had Munare.
Yeah.
He did great.
Yeah.
They had Usbisi. He came in a couple of times. He did well in his role.
What about Zakele? I see you going down the list.
He's there. But now he was outshined by Mahopa. Mahopa did so well. Lepasa came in there, but we have to admit, many people were doubting Evidence Mahopa. But look what it did. He's coming to this game now versus Mamelodi Sundowns. Now you must prove. He's been playing with those boys. You likes of Mukwena and Jozwane. He was shooting against Ronan Williams there at practice. Now it's a match. Now you must show him that he can actually score against Ronan Williams. What's also interesting, if you look at stats for Mamelodi Sundowns, you look at head-to-head with Orlando Pirates. Last 3 games that Sundowns faced against Orlando Pirates, excluding the M10-8. We know M10-8 Pirates won it in penalties. If we go to league, Mamelodi Sundowns kept clean sheets in all those 3 games. They won those 3 games, kept clean sheets. Can Evidence Mahopa score against Ronnie Williams? That's the question we should be asking ourselves.
All right, you can hear he's talking about key players, but let's highlight a few of them, because now you're talking about our Evidence, Abu Zakele. I want to talk about one player who's not going to make your list of key players. And I know that you might be thinking to yourself, who is this player? It has to be Temi Nkosi Lodge. During the AFCON, during the CAF Africa Cup of Nations, we all got the news that he was switching colors from black to the yellow of Mamelodi. What were your thoughts around that transfer?
My thoughts around that transfer, Mo, I was shocked as everybody else. But if you look at the structure at Orlando Pirates, Temi Nkosi Lodge, it was just the name, Lodge. People liked it. We have to be honest about this, Mo. People liked Lodge for what Lodge has done in the past. If we look at the last few games, Pirates could do without Lodge. Lodge was suspended for a couple of games. Lodge was there. Lodge went on to get man of the matches, which many people criticized or questioned himself. Why is Lodge getting man of the match? Lodge wasn't the main player now. He wasn't the star for Orlando Pirates. He was just another name for Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates is now relying on new guys, the young boys like Abu Mukwena. They have Masongwai, who's doing wonders there in midfield. They have Munare, who's doing wonders in midfield. You want to ask me about Lodge? Why wasn't Lodge called in the national team? If Lodge is such a great player, why wasn't he called in the national team? That tells you something.
I mean, when a country has the likes of Themba Zwane, has Mukwena, I think for me, just to say, because I don't know if I'll be back again next week, but I have to say that my favorite player, and I have to be honest, I saw this man playing for Sundowns in the CAF Africa Cup of Nations, and they were playing against Pyramids FC, and I watched him live. And when I watch football live, the nice thing about it is that you're not limited by the camera angles. You can see the full pitch. And I looked at how Mukwena was moving around. This was before the AFCON, and I was telling my best friend, I said, Chief, who's that guy? I said, it's Mukwena. I was like, man, that man is bossing that midfield. And it's one thing about South African football that we need to encourage our youngsters to look at players like Tebogo Mokoena and look at what makes him special, the way he bosses that midfield. But we have to move on, uThisha, because I know we've spoken about key players. You've had your stats with the head-to-head. You've spoken about the form of the two sides.
Before you leave that, on Tebogo Mokoena, give him his flowers more.
No,
he made the AFCON team. He made the AFCON 11.
My only criticism is that he runs too much.
It's his job. The position he plays, it's his job. It's his job.
I feel like the perfect Tebogo Mokoena in my eyes is if he was to move to Spain and start playing midfield like the Spanish. I think he has the ability to play like
he's leaving. Mark my words. Mark my words. He's leaving. He's leaving.
That man
PSL.
has the ability with his passing range, with his vision. He has the ability to play a position like that one year. You understand? Year 6. The way E6 is played in Spain.
Correct.
The same way Xavi played it, the same way Pirlo played it, the same way Alonso played it. Not the way Gattuso played it, but all I'm saying is if he slows down that pace and he focuses on his distribution, he'll be the best.
He's one of the best at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but always improvement. Always room for improvement. He must also start working on his penalties.
All right. Before he gets carried away, stay tuned. You're watching Betfred South Africa. This is the Diski preview show, and we'll be back with the prediction. But before that, we need to talk about the other game that's taking place that we want to highlight, and that's Royal AM taking on Kaizer Chiefs. Right, we just spoke about Mamelodi Sundowns versus Orlando Pirates, and now we're heading on to our later conversation, which is Royal AM taking on Kaizer Chiefs. But before we get into it, don't forget to visit Betfred Insights, which is insights.betfred.co.za, where you can get the latest predictions and articles speaking about your favorite leagues and your favorite matches on football, horse racing, and many others. But for now, the conversation is concentrated around local football, and I'm joined by uThisha weDiski, and uYafundisa namhlanje, and hey, he's got some gems. So if you're just coming in now to watch this chapter, make sure to go visit our previous chapter and get to see what was said in that part of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment if you don't agree with us. Even if you agree with us, leave us a comment. Let's carry on with the conversation. It's Royal AM versus Kaizer Chiefs. uThisha, what do you think of these two teams this season so far? And the reason I'm asking that question is we've had a long break. The AFCON was a big break. These teams are coming back. Some of these players didn't go out internationally. Did they spend time in the camps, or did they spend time Mnandini, Bapuza, Bakruva? What kind of match are you expecting from both these sides?
I'm expecting a great match. This match is as good as a derby.
Yeah.
Royal AM, they're home. Kaizer, the owner, he doesn't want to lose against any Soweto side.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose against any Pretoria side.
Yeah.
He's facing Kaizer Chiefs. We know Kaizer always dominated Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
Only recent, the last encounter, Chiefs won it. But we know with Kaizer, this is a game of revenge. Kaizer is going to want his winning rights against Kaizer Chiefs. And she benefited. Royal M benefited from this break. Royal M went doing well going to the AFCON break. Chiefs, on the other hand, that messed up the rhythm.
Yes.
Chiefs were starting to gel. Chiefs, last 5 games before going to AFCON, 1-3, drew 1, lost 1. When last did you have Chiefs winning 3 games in a row?
Yeah.
They did that before AFCON. We've never heard that before AFCON. So whether this AFCON is going to disturb them, distract them, only time will tell. But they're in great form.
So I have to ask you a side question. Obviously, at this moment in time, everybody was talking about it, that you have a couple of players from Orlando Pirates, you have a couple of players, or most of the players coming from Mamelodi Sundowns. Then you have a couple of players coming from abroad, to come play for Bafana Bafana. What has happened to Kaizer Chiefs that is so bad that even Hugo Bros couldn't select a Kaizer Chiefs player for his side going to the AFCON?
It's simple, Mo. You look at the results. You look at stats. You look at the log position.
But when you select players, you don't select the squad. You select the player. You say Kaizer Chiefs is not doing well, but this boy, I believe, can fit into my system.
Yes, that boy can fit into your system. But what is he doing for Chiefs? What is he doing for Chiefs? Mo, it depends who you are playing around. Who are you associated around? If you're associated with average players, you become average yourself. If you're associated with stars, you become stars. You become a star yourself. So why take an average player and put him with stars? You know why? Earlier on, we were speaking about Lodge going to Sundowns.
Yes.
Would it surprise you? Here's a question. Would it surprise you if Lodge was called up to a national team?
It wouldn't.
Why?
I think after he joins Mamelodi Sundowns and his performances get up, I think he would get picked. But at the moment, no. It didn't surprise me that they didn't take it.
My point exactly. So you look at Chiefs, the way Chiefs has been performing before. You look at off-the-field incidents. There's something bad or something wrong happening at Naturena that it has interrupted or disrupted the whole Chiefs system. Yes, they're doing so well before going to AFCON. It looks like they're getting the groove back.
So what does that say about the quality? You spoke earlier on and you said Mamelodi Sundowns are the best team in South Africa.
Correct.
And you said maybe the nearest challenges, the other team with the star is Orlando Pirates. So explain to me the gulf in quality. Basically, the distance in quality between these two sides that you've mentioned in the first chapter of this video and this side that we're speaking about right now. These are Kaizer Chiefs who should expect to go and face Royal AM, come back with all 3 points without having any difficulties, but that's not the case. Do you think that the quality is that far behind Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates?
Very far. Very far. Here's a stat. Look at the PSL log position. Sundowns is first. They've got 2 games in hand and they're leading with 9 points. So they have 2 games in hand, leading with 9 points. So basically, what are we saying? We're saying they're leading with 15 points.
Yeah.
Because those wins are almost guaranteed. We go to goal difference. Sundowns has a plus 23.
Yeah.
The second team has a plus 7. Do the maths. What's the difference? You look at goal conceded. Sundowns conceded 3.
Yeah.
Second team conceded more than 13.
Yeah.
The gap. You see the gap. You go to Chiefs. We're speaking about Chiefs now. Yes, I did say Chiefs won the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Look at the score. Yes, it's good. Clean sheets. But winning them 1-0. Look how the goals are scored. As opposed to Sundowns, if you're going to win your goals 1-0, what's your goal difference going to be like? I say Sundowns is 23, plus 23 goal difference in 14 games. What's that average? Almost 2 goals a game. Big difference.
All right, Tisha, you paint a very vivid picture. Now let's get to your impact players. I know you selected 3 players you want to talk about right now. So who are those 3 players and why have you selected them as impact players in this match?
We start off with Upulemodi. Upulemodi came from Golden Arrows. A lot of expectations. People expecting a lot from him. He didn't start off so well, but he's picking up. He's one of the top goal scorers. He's got 4 goals. You look when he scored those 4 goals, it's only recently. He's showing.
So
now he's reminding me. He's in form. He's reminding me of Ukama Billiard. He's filled the role of Ukama Billiard. Now consistency. If he can keep that up, Chiefs would rise in the log standings. Secondly, you look at Castillo. They're in midfield. A lot, again, was expected of Castillo. He didn't produce the results before. But now you look at recently. Chiefs just had a couple of friendlies. Yes, they were playing small teams from Polokwane and stuff.
Yeah.
But the way he played, I had the privilege to watch him play. He's bossing that midfield. Results are coming in. He is scoring goals. If you look at the last few games, he did score that crucial goal that gave Chiefs 3 points. Also, another player, Usail. Christian Usail.
Yeah.
He's a nightmare.
Yeah.
They're on the side.
Yeah.
He's a nightmare. He reminds me of Osman. Victor Osman.
Yes.
Yes.
Dangerous pace, intelligent. Fantastic.
He's
technique.
only missing the final touch. If he can only work on that.
On the finishing.
I tell you, that man he's dangerous.
As you can see, Mr. E is absent today. Mo is filling in, but uThisha is still the same uThisha you're used to. Fired up about his stats, about the form, and about giving you the correct information about allowing you to make an educated bet. Now, it's time for us to get ready to go look at the predictions that uThisha has prepared for these 2 matches. Obviously, we're talking all things DSTV Premiership. We're talking all things local football. So stay tuned as we get ready to hear this man's predictions. I'll give him a second to think about it. So when he gives it to you hot, fresh, and without any doubts. All right, so we've reached the business end of the video. Make sure if you're just jumping in now to see the predictions, waropa, go back, check it out. Let's hear the full conversation between myself and uThisha weDiski. Now, uThisha, it's time to do the business. It's time for us to get the real gist of what you're thinking. I mean, you've given us the stats, you've given us the key players, you've talked about form. Talk to us. Royal AM. Well, no, I'll get to that one because I'm excited. It's Royal AM versus Kaizer Chiefs, but first you have to give me the prediction for Mamelodi Sundowns, and obviously they face Orlando Pirates. What is your prediction for that match?
With all the stats I've mentioned, 3 points are staying in Pretoria. 3 points staying in Pretoria. Mamelodi Sundowns straight win.
All right. Then we take it over to Royal AM and Kaizer Chiefs. What is your prediction?
Now, that's a tough one. Bragging rights there.
Yeah.
Bragging rights there. That's a tough one. I'm giving it to Kaizer Chiefs. They're in form.
Yep.
Kaizer Chiefs win.
All right, he says it with so much conviction. Thank you so much for joining us here on Betfred South Africa's YouTube channel. You're watching the Diski Preview Show. My name is Mo, and this is uThisha weDiski. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a comment below, whether you agree with us or you don't. And don't forget to visit our website. The links are available below. And also don't forget to visit insights.betfred.co.za for more insights and predictions. From myself, Mo, and
uThisha weDiski. Thanks for tuning in, and please feel free to leave your comment. Let me hear what you got to say. Do you agree with my predictions or you disagree? Let's hear what you got to say.
All right, see you next time.